Hi class, in this video I am briefly going to go over the syllabus as well as show you the best way to navigate the course. So here we have our home page, and on our home page you can go ahead and see my contact information. Here is my email address, and then of course my office hours. Now the best way to contact me is through my email address, natalie@nmsu.edu. However, you can also contact me through Canvas inbox. If you do want to meet with me, I do have virtual office hours Monday through Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. So all you have to do is click on this link during one of these days and during this time, and you should be able to meet with me. Now this is the first time that I am doing Zoom office hours completely. Obviously before I would do face-to-face office hours. So if you have any issues, if the link stops working or anything like that, please let me know so that I can go ahead and fix it. So now let's go ahead and look at the syllabus. If you want to download the syllabus, you can go ahead and click on it, but for right now we are just going to preview it, and you can preview it by clicking on the magnifying glass. So here we have the syllabus. And basically, this is a course that is going to cover career, academic, and financial success. This is a course for students who are part of the College 155 Aggie pathway. So all of you, it is your first semester at DACC. Welcome. I'm very happy to have you. I know that it's not your typical fall semester, but I think it can still be a great semester, and hopefully soon we all get to be on campus so that you can experience college life the way it was intended to be. So there are no prerequisites or co-requisites for this course. And I should say that obviously, as I just mentioned, it deals with career, academic, and financial success. So you will see that a lot of the coursework is very focused on yourself. So really, there's no such thing as like wrong or right answers. As long as you complete the assignment and you follow the guidelines, you should get a good grade, because a lot of the assignments are focused on your career, future career, academic life, and financial success. So as long as you follow the guidelines, you should do great in this course. We do not have a required textbook for this class, and I should also mention that there really is not a lot of reading material. You are going to do inventories and activities and discussions and things like that, and all of the links can be found on our Canvas homepage or on our Canvas page, which I will show you a little bit later. Now, when it comes to the methods of instruction, everything is online, and we do not have any scheduled mandatory Zoom meetings. So basically what this means is that you are not required to meet at a specific time or on a specific date. Now, of course, if I notice that, for example, a lot of people are struggling with a specific assignment, then I, of course, will maybe call a Zoom meeting to discuss that assignment, but it will not be mandatory. And when it comes to the methods of evaluation, you will be evaluated based on your participation, completing the activities, attendance of events, which for right now, it's mostly going to be done through the internet and virtual, so you don't really have to worry about attending events this semester. But there is a rubric for most assignments, so you can go ahead and see how grades are calculated based on that point. And I should say that this is a common course, which basically means that all of the Aggie pathway students are taking the same course, and the components are the same, the assignments are the same, the grading is the same. So don't think that you might be in a class that has more assignments than another one. No, they are all the same. They are all 2 credits, and like I said, they have the same assignments, same components, same activities. Everything is the same. So moving on, the grading policy for this is either an S grade, which is satisfactory, or a U grade, which is unsatisfactory. So basically the way that works is if you want an S grade, you have to have a 70 or higher, which is a C minus. Anything lower than a C minus is a U grade. And again, all of the courses are designed this way, so I'm not sure if your advisors explain that to you, but this grade is an S grade or a U grade, and there's no option to change that. When it comes to classroom management, it is important that you participate online, and it's also important that you remain respectful with the instructor and with your classmates. When it comes to discussions, you are required to respond to a classmate, so it's very important that you stay on topic. You do not post anything that could be considered offensive or anything like that. And, sometimes we disagree on things. It's okay to disagree, but we can disagree in a respectful manner. So moving on, I should point out that obviously this class was intended to have you attend workshops and resources and access campus resources and things like that. But because of the pandemic right now, a lot of these activities will be done online. So of course, I will keep you updated on how you can go ahead and complete these activities online instead of face-to-face, because we really want to focus on people being safe. So obviously, right now they're not having workshops at any of the campuses, so those would be done virtually. Events as well. We cannot have events that have a large group of people, so you won't have to attend any events this semester. Everything will be done virtually. Here we have the important dates to remember for this semester, and then here we have the tentative schedule, which basically tells you what topic we are discussing for each week, and then over here we have a detailed tentative schedule which tells you when everything is due. So basically the way this class is designed, it is designed by week, and then each week you have assignments due Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now it does say by midnight, but the way Canvas is set up, midnight means 11:59 p.m. So the assignment closes at 11:59 p.m., which means that you can't submit it after that. So this week, it's a short week. So as you can see, I gave you an extension until Sunday. So these assignments were supposed to be due on Friday, August 21st, but because it's a short week, I went ahead and I extended it until August 23rd. Other than that, every other week, the assignments are due on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, except, however, for Labor Day. This assignment right here is meant to be due on a Monday, but because it is Labor Day, I moved it to Tuesday instead of September 8th because that is Labor Day. Now, I know that this might seem like a lot, but these are short activities, so it is definitely very doable to do all three of them during the week. And here you have the dates to kind of keep track of when they are due. So this concludes our discussion of the syllabus. Now we are going to move on to the course. So if you have any questions regarding the syllabus, please let me know. So we are back to our home page, and I forgot to mention when I was looking at the tentative schedule, and basically the assignments do close Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I know that sometimes things happen. So this class is meant to be pretty flexible. So if you do have an issue, just go ahead and email me and maybe I can open up the assignment for you. However, of course, it depends on the reason and whatever issue you were having. However, keep in mind that you do want to make sure you have access to a reliable computer and to reliable Wi-Fi, because obviously if your computer crashes, I can let you submit an assignment late, but I cannot keep doing that every single week. According to DACC policy, there's only a certain number of assignments that I can accept that are late. So if you do have an emergency or you are going through something, please email me and we can make arrangements regarding the due date of certain assignments. So we just discussed the syllabus. Now we are going to move on to the modules, and this course is organized according to the modules. So the first module that you want to look at is the course orientation module, and this is where you want to start. So the first thing is the introduction to the course module, and here you will see the navigation video, and then I also provide some information regarding my modes of communication. I am mostly always going to communicate via email, but really weekly, I am going to communicate through announcements. So every week on Monday, I will post an announcement. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and check it out just to make sure that you are staying on track. Basically, I'll just provide an overview of the week, and I'll provide any updates. If there are any workshops coming up, I will go ahead and let you know through the announcement. And you can see announcements by clicking on the announcements tab. Moving on, when it comes to grading, it typically takes me about 5 to 10 days to grade every single assignment that was submitted. Now please keep in mind that I am an English teacher, so obviously some of my English classes I have a lot to grade in terms of student writing, so sometimes I may fall a little bit behind, but if that's the case, I will send you an update under announcements. That way you don't worry and think that your assignment got lost or something. I'll just let you know that I'm a little bit behind, but that I will eventually catch up with the grading. But like I said, I'm usually pretty good about grading on time, but sometimes when I have a lot of essays due in my English classes, I tend to fall a little bit behind. When it comes to feedback, sometimes I do leave feedback on the assignment itself, and I also fill out the rubric, and I leave comments in the submission comment box. And I know that sometimes it can be tricky to view all of that feedback, so I do have a handout here that shows you how to view that feedback. And then here I have a video that shows you how to submit an assignment. When it comes to extra credit options, please go ahead and read this. I typically assign extra credit for going to tutoring and for attending workshops. Now there is a workshop activity that you are required to do, which basically means that you have to attend a academic readiness center workshop. So after you attend that workshop, you can attend other workshops for extra credit. You get 5 points for attending and 10 points for writing a summary or a response for that course. Sorry, over that workshop. So just keep in mind that you are required to attend an art workshop, and if you attend additional ones, I will go ahead and give you extra credit, which is added to your overall grade. And in case you're wondering when they are having workshops, you can go ahead and click on the art tutoring tab, and they should have the list of workshops there. Usually right now, all the workshops are through Zoom, so you have to email them to register, and then they email you back with the Zoom link. So it's important to do that on time. And then I have some links to Canvas if you have any questions, if you're having issues. I also have the information for Canvas support, and of course I have the syllabus and the first few activities that we are going to do for this first week. Now something else that I want to show you in the module are other things that I went ahead and I listed here. So we already saw the syllabus, but something else that I wanted to point out is I suggest that you look ahead in the syllabus because, for example, I mentioned that we have an ARC workshop activity. So if you look at the syllabus, that is due on October 9th, which is a Friday. So what I suggest is that you maybe try to look at what workshops are being offered at the beginning of the semester so you can plan ahead and attend, because there are no guarantees that they're going to have an ARC workshop right before this assignment is due. So I think that for some of these assignments, it does require a little bit of planning. Like for example, you do have to meet with your academic department. Now, like I said, I know that right now a lot of offices are closed, so this assignment could be supplemented by maybe emailing your advisor instead of meeting with him or her, or having a phone conversation with your academic advisor instead of actually meeting with them. So like for example, with this one, you have to meet with your DACC academic advisor and complete the worksheet. So again, this is due Wednesday, September 16th, but it's important to plan ahead. That way you're not calling them right that day and maybe they're not available or maybe they are busy. So again, I suggest that you look over the syllabus and you also go to the assignment tab and look at some of the assignments. That way you can go ahead and plan ahead in case you need to meet with someone like I said, we're not meeting with people, with advisors, unless their offices open up by that time, but you can go ahead and call them or email them. Or you can even do a Zoom meeting if they allow that. So here again we have the schedule, except that it doesn't have the specific dates. So moving on in that module, I also have some information on how to set notifications on Canvas. If you want to see whenever I post an announcement, or you want to see when I post a submission comment, or if you want to be notified of any updates on Canvas, you want to go ahead and set your notifications. So here I have instructions on how to set it on your computer, and I also suggest that you download the Canvas app and you set notifications on your phone. That way whenever I post an announcement or if I email the class, you can go ahead and receive the notification on your phone. Sometimes we check our phones more than we check our emails, so that's why I think that's very useful. And here we have the Zoom Code of Conduct. Like I said, we're not having any mandatory Zoom meetings, but in the case that we have, that you meet with me during office hours, or if you're having Zoom meetings with somebody else, it's important that you follow these guidelines. For example, you want to make sure that you're wearing appropriate clothing, that we can see your face for security reasons. So all of these, are pretty standard, like make sure you show up on time to the meeting. So I definitely encourage you to look this over, because I'm sure you're going to be doing a lot of Zoom. And also here we have some instructions so that you can set it up on Canvas. And don't forget that there is a Zoom tab on Canvas, which is right here. So it is easily accessible. Okay, moving on. I do want to mention that all of you have access to Office 365 because you are DECC and MSU students. So basically the way this works is you go to this website and then you can download it on your laptop. And you can do it on multiple laptops. A few years ago I bought a laptop that's a PC, and I wanted to buy Microsoft Office, but then I realized it was way too expensive, so I went ahead and I downloaded it to my laptop. And then this summer I bought a Mac, and I went ahead and I downloaded it on that Mac as well. So I'm able to use Office 365 on both of my laptops, and it works pretty well. It works really well actually. So if you don't have Microsoft Office, like you don't have Excel or PowerPoint or Microsoft Word, please make sure that you download it so you can go ahead and use it. Next, we have a student guide to Zoom, and basically what this document does, it answers some questions you might have if you've never been in a Zoom meeting. It tells you what it's like, what you should do, things like that. I know that a lot of you guys are freshmen, so you might not have been in a Zoom meeting before, but pretty much it's like Skype or FaceTiming. And then here we have a general help and questions forum, and basically what this is, you can post any questions you might have about the course, any question you feel other people might have as well. Please don't post any personal questions or anything like that, because those are private, and we cannot have private questions about your grade or anything like that, because grades are private. So this is basically meant to be a forum for general questions, like about workshops, about assignments, any question you might have, like if you're looking for sources, like if you're doing an assignment and you're having trouble finding some information, you can post it here and I can reply or somebody else can reply. And usually when it comes to discussions, if you click on reply, it'll reply to the post. And once you submit your post, it subscribes you to the discussion thread, which means that anytime somebody posts a question, you will be notified if you have your settings for that. So definitely very helpful. And speaking of discussions, I do have the Netiquette Guide for online courses, because I know that all of you are freshmen and it is probably your first time dealing with discussions online. This basically talks about, things that you may want to avoid, like for example using all caps because that implies shouting. Also making sure that you don't share your passwords, using concise language, avoiding slang, avoiding emoticons, anything like that, sarcastic humor. Just keep in mind that whenever you are posting discussions, you are still in an academic setting, so you have to be mindful of the type of language you're using, and you also have to be respectful and not send any confidential information or anything like that. So as I mentioned, the best way to access the assignments and the activities is to go through the modules, and the modules are organized according to topic. So all you have to do really is make sure that you look at your detailed tentative schedule and you follow along with the modules as well. As you can see here, they all have the due dates. And these assignments are very short, so like I said, it might seem a little bit daunting to have assignments due on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but they're fairly short. So I think that if you plan accordingly, you should be fine. And the last thing I wanted to show you were the announcements. So like I mentioned, I post announcements every single Monday, and basically I provide an overview of the week, and I also provide any updates that I feel are important. So as you can see right now, I only have one announcement because it's our first week, but you will see one for every week. Sometimes I post multiple ones, like if there are any workshops coming up, I will let you know about those in the announcements. So this is primarily the way that I communicate with you. So you can just go ahead and click on the announcement, and you can see that, I'm talking about the course, and then I let you know how to get started, which is by reading the syllabus, looking at the course orientation module, and then I let you know that because it's a short week, these two assignments were originally scheduled for Friday, but now they are due by Sunday, August 23rd. So this is what the announcement looks like, and like I mentioned earlier, if you want to get notified of announcements, make sure that you set your notifications. So this concludes our video that went over the syllabus and how to navigate the course. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I look forward to working with you this semester.